Well, hello there, folks. All the real night owls out there know the night doesn't end until the daylight comes. So, with that being said, we got to keep things rolling, don't we? And there's no way to start rolling. How are you going to be rolling if you're not rolling with the tomatoes? So, let's go ahead and just roll with the tomatoes. Let's see if we can do this. All right, folks. Now, I know we spend a lot of time up here in the lounge area. This is awesome. This is our awesome area here. It's for VIPs like you, the real supporters, the genuine people that come to watch the show. Always awesome. But we're gonna do a little something different today because there's a whole big area here that's the Night Owl Lounge, not just the VIP area, but there's a lot more here. Now that we got the riffraff out of the way, all the Grampies out here, now the Grampies went to bed. Now we can go ahead and we can deal with a real show now that we're done having fun. Well, we're not done having fun, but the mischievous fun. Now, folks, you always wonder why is he always moving around? Why don't you just sit down like a normal podcast? Because this is not a normal podcast. And plus, I'm kind of like I've been a big fan of Wayne's World, Wayne's World 2, Deadpool. I love breaking that fourth wall. I love being able to talk to you and take you around and show you, like, here, oh, excellent. Now let's take you downstairs because we're going to take you down to where we have our card games. I gotta be quiet. This is a little late for the lounge today. Just keep cool. All right. Now let's have a seat. Sit down at the table with me. Yes, this is a Monopoly table here, folks. It's one of the things we're going to explore. Just a few minutes, folks. I just wanted to play this out. Let people know that the haters can't win, folks. So we're just going to do a couple of previews here of just what we're going to be doing once we get everything underway. So, with that being said, poker. Now we have a couple of options out there of how we play poker. Apologize. Excuse me one moment. Excuse me there, folks. This is going to be quick because we've had fun, but the Night Owl Lounge is taking a lot of time up, and I had to do the slow play, much like poker. I had to play the long game on this one, folks. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through the ups and downs and the slings and the arrows of the situation to finally basically outlast the situation, so to speak. So real quick, I wanted to go ahead and get this preview show done of some of the things we're going to be doing in the lounge. You know, maybe in the open bar, maybe we'll title this one special when we actually have these kind of nights. But real quick, I was taught to play poker when I was a kid, even way before I was a teenager. The way I was playing poker basically was, let's just get it down a little bit if we can. There we go. Basically, I deal, you deal here. We'll just try to do it like that there. I'm trying to give it to you here, but you know, whatever. That person, Bob, 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 Bob. But okay, more like that there. Card that goes down. Let's just say we do it here. Card that goes down. You go up here. Now you're going against me here. Now I know what I'm looking at and what I might be going for. But there's some potentials. You have to be smart. So now you are dealing with something like this. Now, it almost seems at this point you're almost dealing with a straight. Now, do you give up two face cards to chase a straight? Or do you bet that there could be a couple of more face cards up? That was the original game that I was taught. So that, but the most popular game, now this could be an option that we'll play, of course. And now the object of this game is, of course, you make that choice. Now the choice is yours. We don't make this choice. I'm just giving examples here. Eventually, you would have to make a choice. Do I take the 4, 5, 6 down? Now, see, this is options that I'm offering you, but I'm not going to give you any tips. Come on now, this is good. This is real big boy stuff. This is not about tips, unless, like the old saying goes, the game is to be sold, not told. But anyway, at least I'll give you a fork in the road that says maybe you hold on to this and toss these away, which would give you two more cards, and maybe you might get that straight, maybe not. Or maybe you take a chance on getting more prevalent face cards. You toss these away. I mean, right here you got 4, 5, and 6, 7 and 8. I mean, that's going to be a strong hand to go against, but there you go. Now, see? Now, back to my hand here. Now, I feel like I know what I've got. I'm going to take a chance. Toss these in. See what comes back to me. Now, here's the reality, folks. The reality is this. I had an almost straight. And almost, you can almost say an almost, well, we couldn't say a flush, not a straight flush, but you could say it was more like we almost called a royal flush, but not quite. It's got to be all of those things. So we're not quite there yet, but at least we would call it straight, a very powerful straight, but we missed it. The two that I had was actually paired up with this two, and I might have still had a pair. But this right here, not real great. Let's see, this what makes this particular brand of poker a bit more dangerous because you just never know what you're tossing away and what you might gain back. However, in No Limit Texas Hold'em, at which you're dealt out, simply you're dealt out two cards initially, and then basically, eventually, as you go along, cards are starting to get dealt out here, here, and so forth, and so forth. But eventually, of course, they're turned this way initially. I'm just giving an example of what things will look like. But this is what, of course, let's just do it the right way. This is what normally would happen. Okay? Let's just take a good quick look. This is what normally would happen eventually over time. No jokers. Let's just be clear. No jokers in this type of hold'em, but just saying that this would be the setup that normally and all the players that are involved would be able to use what's there. Nothing has to get thrown away. Nothing has to get taken back and accepted. But you do have to accept what's here and use that maybe as a mind fuck to basically bait someone else in. Make them think you have something strong when you really don't. Bluff them out. Get them out of there. You know, that'll be it's more of a potential of bravado because somebody may believe they have something and have something strong, and someone may have something stronger based on what's here. You never know. This card could do it all for someone. You never know. That's what makes this a much more dynamic, much more fun game. Now, let's see what you got. Oh, okay. Looking at things here, folks. Let's see. Yikes. Now, if you were betting, folks, I mean, having this right here in your hand, nothing else is seeming to come along. Now, let's take a look at mine here. Neither one of us are doing much better, but it's all about believing in what you have. Either you believe in it and you're willing to bluff on it, you're willing to put your chips out there and to dare somebody else to step up, or you're just gonna feel like you don't have it, and maybe you're gonna lose a lot more. It's gonna be a lot more of a risk than a reward, and you toss it out. Texas Hold'em is definitely about a long play. You have to be able to deal with the ups and the downs to be able to win out. It's a war of attrition. Only the flash and the pans are the ones that are gonna go out quick, try to blow all their money out real quick, try to scare someone. Those are the ones who go out real quick. Now, I don't know. It's something about really having guys sitting around each other, guys and girls playing poker live, face to face. It's something that's fun about that. But I will say that if we can work it out to where we can at least chat or talk, where we can hear each other's audio and actually play poker, that's going to be awesome. I'm willing to try to work on that. And so, but also, I am willing because this is the open bar. So we know we can get out here and get creative as we want. So, different cities, different states, different ways to play poker. Step right up. Offer offer your best, most intriguing way to play poker, and we'll give it a shot. If we can possibly find it and be able to play that type of poker, because Texas Hold'em is by far the most popular form of poker right now. So there's a lot of apps, a lot of games, a lot of electronic games that will offer that very easily. But to have a certain brand of poker from a certain city where certain things are wow, certain things are not, so on and so forth, you just never know if we can actually have that and get that done. And by the way, folks, I do apologize. I'm getting cut off up here, but we got to make sure that the actual board here so that we can show you what's going on. Now, Hmm. Now you know full well we cannot play with real money, although that would be very, 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 very tempting. Maybe because we're all playing kind of loose here in kind of anarchy. Maybe we can Bitcoin that situation and play it that way. Who knows? The internet is wild, wild west. I mean, we can go up here and just do whatever. But I mean, all of that stuff is to be tabled and to be, you know, handled on other times. I just wanted to do a tutorial and finally get one done in the show that the haters can't win. The haters cannot win. And as much as I've enjoyed tonight, enjoyed driving people crazy, a certain Muppet Master crazy, business is, the business of life is going to go on. And eventually, it's going to go on. And eventually, I'm going to leave all of this nonsense behind. But right now, I'm just having fun. You know, things are being put in place to where you're not going to be able to stop business, to where I'm going to be able to have fun. And while I keep you occupied and having fun, I'm going to be doing business. And so don't worry, it's just all in fun. And plus, I'm just good at filling time and talking and talking and talking. That's what I do best when I don't have a bunch of idiots around to stop my shine. We can talk and we can get on and we'll get on lovely. Look how we're getting on right now. Look at this. Look at that nice little, not a felt table, I know, but this is very creative. Once again, creativity is always going to win the day. How creative is waiting out the old man while he just basically pours out his life onto the internet. What I'm saying? Pours out that most of his actual documented life has been on YouTube for about 13 or more years. Wow. Meanwhile, I was out there doing small magazines and whatnot, out there printing up CDs and selling CDs and ad work and, saying putting out magazines for free to brand and making money different ways, promoting at clubs in Virginia Beach and doing all types of shit. Fuck a YouTube. We were young kids out here trying to get it. We were out here trying to make, trying to make money and boost our situation. Fuck a YouTube. Fuck going viral. You know what I'm saying? Unless we had a music video to put up there. I mean, come on. No offense to any YouTubers or anything like that, but I just have to be honest about where I was at a certain point in time. In my 20s, I wasn't thinking about YouTube. I was thinking about being out here traveling, going to Atlanta, going to Georgia, the cover stories, the cover shows, creating issues, actual print issues. That's why I was so stubborn because at one point in time on a local level in Newport News, Virginia, I did actually create print magazines with people. But hey, that's another time, another story. Maybe it's another story that might be told someplace else. Maybe that's the way to go. Because I think it's a little braggy to be on the Mainframe Magazine channel talking about talking about other shit like that. Maybe it's more of an individual thing. So, there'll be a time and a place. Let's just put it that way. But at any rate, folks, but once we actually start doing things in the lounge, it will all be electronic. So electronic, no limit Texas Hold'em poker, and maybe other forms of poker if we can find that. I am willing to try. We will also do electronic blackjack. In case I didn't say that, that was blackjack. I'm sorry. Let's try blackjack real quick. Let's get that out of the way because we forgot about that totally. Okay, blackjack, folks. This is where normally, not the way I've normally played it. We go one card down, one card down, one card up, one card up. People go ahead. They decide, okay, this is what I've got. Now, I'll go ahead and go first. I'm the host. Why don't I go first and take the first bullet? Who knows? Hit me. Hit me. Oh, okay. Busted. Do you see how that goes? But now you. Let's see. Now, do you hit or do you stay? Now, you probably win, but 15. This is 6. That gives you 20. I mean, wow. Your luck today. Wow, that is pretty good. That gets you 20. That is strong. Now, the way I think, the way I think that it would make that blackjack could be more interesting. What if you say, okay, look, it's sort of like Russian roulette in a way. Okay, we'll put some money on the table, we'll bet, and then we'll go. Okay, I'll hit. But see, I'm busted already. So maybe hmm, that is an interesting thing right there. That is so interesting. How can we make it more interesting, more competitive? That would be an interesting thing. That would be an interesting thing to think. I will think on that. But that's pretty much blackjack. The best thing that you can do, of course, the best case scenario when you're playing blackjack is to get an ace and a face card. That gives you an instant 21 blackjack. No one can beat that. And only if someone, I mean, it's almost like, but I do have to say, blackjack is interesting in on its own. I mean, because I busted right there. So that person wins just off of the fact that the two cards they have, they don't have to do anything else. They really don't have to do anything else, and they won. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cutthroat. One misstep, one errantly drawn card fucks it up for you. You're busted. You're over 21 and you're done. That person wins the pot. That's crazy. And it's all about now. You know what? I have it. I have it. Flip of a coin, roll of a dice. Whoever wins, they have to go first, and then they go. They go as close as they can to 21, and then they stop. They either decide to hold or whatever, and then the other person goes, and then they have to either surpass that person or get busted. One or the other. That's an awesome way to do things. I do have to admit. So okay, so I think we found our groove as far as blackjack goes. You put the money up. You know what I'm saying? You bet. You know what I'm saying? You get your bravado. You have your pissing contest, and you decide how much money are we gonna bet on this particular hand. Then you roll the dice or you flip a coin and decide which person goes first. That person. So that whoever wins, they get to decide: do I go first or do I go second? The roll of the dice, flip of a coin gives you a possible advantage, so to speak. Maybe, maybe not, depending on how you think about it. You know, but it makes for interesting fun in the lounge. I'll definitely tell you much, and that will be again, it will be electronic. Now, I'm also hoping to go electronic in the way of Monopoly, motherfucker. Monopoly. Now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to play Monopoly electronically. They have made some great strides with that. We're going to try to play that. Now, I wonder, some people may wonder, why Monopoly? Now, first of all, Monopoly has been a game that I played since I was a kid. Something that I've loved. I've loved games that made you use your brain and strategy and things like that. So definitely always dug Monopoly. But I always felt that there was a certain viciousness to it, a certain cutthroat nature to the whole situation. It seems fun. It seems like a family game. But then your family sits around this game and they plot on each other. They buy property. They want to get all of the color coded property. And then they want to break you. They want to bankrupt you. They want to toss you out the game. Have you begging them for money to stay in the game, giving up your property and everything like that just to stay in the game. And sometimes games have been exhausted because the only way anyone can win is if everyone is broken and you're the only one left standing. That's quite a game. I mean, of course, why it's called Monopoly, but I mean, really, only Monopoly is having, I guess, damn near a stranglehold on the whole board, I guess. But still, does it really mean breaking everyone? What good is what good is breaking everyone and you're the only one there? Who? How does that serve anyone in that situation, even you? So, like I said again, it's a very interesting game to get into and to debate about. And if possible, we can find a new way to declare a winner without having everyone being broken and blown off the board. Maybe possible. Again, like I may have tried to say before, maybe that video wasn't shown, storm issues, connection. But again, I don't equate this to a participation trophy or anything like that. I'm just saying that look, maybe when people get down to a certain amount of money, a certain poverty level, maybe they have to step aside. Maybe not lose and break and get all that money, but maybe they have a one piece of property, one little piece of land that they have to step aside and just watch everybody else go along. Now maybe they can't buy property. Maybe if they go along and build their money, maybe they can get back into the competitive part of the game. You know, there's kinks to work out. But I'm just saying it doesn't have to be so cutthroat. So maybe it can feel more like a family game. Just something to think about. Maybe little projects you might want to think about when, you're at home. And if you have this Monopoly, you enjoy Monopoly, maybe it might be something that you might want to think about in your own home. How can we adjust the rules a little bit to where, a winner is declared without having to crush and stomp everyone else out? You never know. We're approaching about 30 minutes in and everything like that. We don't want to take up too much time here. We've done the dance tonight, and we've played these mental games, and I guess for those who may look at this video and may wonder a purpose. Again, this very very it's becoming an irritating word. It used to be a meaningful word, but it's become irritating. Purpose. What is the purpose of this? I don't know. I never felt like YouTube had a purpose, except for people, irreverent people who want to put on unique videos and music videos and things like that to be able to process that all in this one place. But other than that, the content itself didn't have much purpose. Only the purpose that the person gave it, individual, group, or whatever. What is the purpose of what is the purpose of me doing anything that I've done here? It's because in a way, well, a lamer version of this has been done to me, but more so just feeling like, oh, he's gonna put my video on his show, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna stream his show, and then I'm gonna, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, I got the conscience on my shoulder. We can't go into the negative. It's a snappy show, a little bit of 30-minute show. We're not gonna go into the negative stuff. Again, folks, Monopoly, Monopoly, blackjack, poker, karaoke. We're gonna do our own karaoke, folks. No holds barred, out of your comfort zone. I think, an homage to Killer Karaoke. Shout out to Steve O. I love that show. I used to love that show, Killer Karaoke. I think that's why I think I love karaoke because of Steve O. Because of that show that he made. It was an awesome show where people sing karaoke, but sung it while doing these ridiculous challenges. It was fun, and I would hope someone would just give me a little chance here. Do apologize, but you need to stop. Anyway, folks, karaoke is also something we're going to try to offer. No holds barred. We got to get out of your comfort zone. If you're a person like myself who normally grew up around hip hop and R&B, you're gonna have to do rock, pop rock, even some metal, some European shit. Who knows? You're gonna have to do something that you don't normally do, that you wouldn't normally be able to pop right off the top of your head and know the lyrics to. Something you're gonna have to read the lyrics to and really get into the timing. If you're somebody who's in the rock, somebody who's in the folk music, country, well, Tiana, 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 hey, excuse me for a moment. You know what? Okay, folks, I thank you very much for your time. Again, folks, these are the live streams that allow me to test myself, allow me to get through these moments and get through these issues to be better later on down the line. Hopefully when you see this video, I'll share it around and maybe we'll do another part two and I'll be able to give a little bit more of a tutorial, but this is about the scope of it, and thank you very much for your time. And again, haters never win and winners never hate. So have a good one, stay woke and stay wary, folks. Peace.